Hello fellow Star Wars fans, my name is Star Raptor. I'm so happy you could join me for this video review of Star Wars The High Republic, a Valiant Vow, written by Justina Ireland. This is a big one, guys. This is the final middle grade novel in Star Wars The High Republic, and in this book we are dealing with the main character of Imri Cantaros. Yes, that guy from all the way back then in the first middle grade novel, Test of Courage. He was Vernestra Rwo's Padawan at that point. Now he is a full-fledged Jedi Knight, promoted by Vernestra Rwo, and he's on Arichos with Yasik Sparkburn, another Jedi Knight, and they are there to teach the children about the Force and whatnot. There is no official Jedi temple there, but they are soon without peace. They have since defeated the Nile in there, but now they are discovering scav droids are around. There's a president that is a little bit corrupted, I would say, and there's communication issues, even though the Stormwall has now been deactivated. We still don't know the cause of that, hoping for that in Trials of the Jedi. So you have him, but you also have Zenny Greylark, and she's still out there looking for her father, who she was looking for in the previous middle grade novel. And then you also have Churro, and Churro is not Churro the Hutt anymore. He has now foregone the family title of the Hutt, and he is the scientist guy that is trying to do right by the galaxy to find cures and different things with the different plant life. So he also has interest on Arichos. So all these different characters collide, and they end up, colliding into this. All these different plots are connected. And what I really like about this novel is Imri. I think now seeing Imri's full arc, having read this from start to finish with the 2021 High Republic beginning, we're getting to see Imri. He doesn't even have a lightsaber, guys. He doesn't even choose to rebuild a lightsaber or anything at this point. He chooses to use the Force in ways that others might find a little bit lacking or a little bit hard for them to do, because he's not focusing on lightsaber combat. So we see a lot of really good use of just straight up Force powers, Force pulls, Force pushes when it comes to him fighting off the scav droids, especially in space, which is a lot of fun. And he just brings that Jedi creed. Like, you don't need to have a lightsaber, a weapon, to be a Jedi. Jedi are there to help the people. We see him helping a lot of people in different ways, more ways than one. So I really like that as well. I got to see, it's really cool to see what is happening after the Nile, because the Nile are long gone. So now this planet Arichos is just like a small piece of the puzzle of like what happens after the Nile. Like, we don't know what happened to Mark-on Row and all that. That's going to happen in Trials of the Jedi. But on this particular planet, they kicked the Nile off there, the last book. So they're dealing with, okay, the infrastructure, different things like that. And oh, by the way, the Blight is involved. Wouldn't you know, the Blight is still around. So we're getting to see repercussions of there. And how does somebody deal with grief in the middle of a crisis? There's some stuff about death in this for a middle grade novel, which I always really respected about the High Republic, how the authors kind of are a little bit bolder with the stories that are catered to more of a younger audience, and are still able to bring in these themes and these values that could be relevant for kids of that age. And dealing with death is not an easy thing to talk about with young ones, and I feel like Justina did a great job of really bringing that home. And last thoughts on this book is, by the time we get to the end of it, I think the conclusion is so wrapped up so nicely. Things come around full circle. Every character from Zenny to Churro to especially Imri gets their chance to shine, their chance of resolution that not only pays off this book, but pays off the last several years of storytelling. So love to see that come into the finish line. Really ended well. That was my review for Star Wars The Valiant Vow. What did you guys think? Are you going to pick this one up? Let me know in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on the High Republic? Let's talk about it. I talk about that a lot here on the channel. So for me, that's going to do it here. Thanks for watching. May the Force be with you, and for Light and Life.